Welcome back to GameVault HQ. Today, we're diving into the dungeon-crawling world of Monomyth, an early access game that has caught the attention of RPG enthusiasts. Is it worth venturing into its depths, or is it better left behind in the dusty corridors? Let's find out. Monomyth is a game that brings you back to the classics, reminiscent of the days of old-school RPGs like Ultima Underworld and Ark's Fatalis. If you remember the thrill of getting lost in winding passages, searching for that crucial key, and engaging in fights that left you feeling every swing and hit, then Monomyth might just be your cup of tea. It blends nostalgia with fresh elements, making it an intriguing title to keep on your radar. The game is currently in early access, which means it comes with the expected imperfections. However, there's something captivating about the atmosphere that Monomyth has already managed to craft. It's dark, gritty, and often claustrophobic, everything you want in a dungeon crawler. The lighting does a great job of amplifying the tension, with dim torchlight casting flickering shadows, setting the stage for encounters around every corner. The art direction and the music work well together to create an immersive experience that wraps players in a sense of danger and adventure. The gameplay is where the real heart of Monomyth lies. You start off alone, exploring abandoned ruins filled with traps, enemies, and puzzles. There isn't much hand-holding, which might be frustrating for some, but for those who like a challenge, it can be a rewarding experience. It's all about figuring things out on your own, finding hidden switches, unlocking secret doors, and piecing together clues to solve puzzles that make you feel like you've earned every inch of progress. Combat, on the other hand, is a mixed bag. The melee system is straightforward, a bit slow, but that adds to the weight of each encounter. You won't be rushing into groups of enemies expecting to come out unscathed. Instead, each fight feels deliberate. You need to time your attacks, blocks, and dodges carefully, or risk getting overwhelmed quickly. Ranged weapons also make an appearance, though ammo scarcity adds to the survival aspect of the game. It's clear that combat is meant to be approached with caution and strategy, rather than brute force. Magic in Monomyth adds another layer to the gameplay. Unlike the melee mechanics, the spell system is more forgiving. Spells range from offensive attacks to useful utilities, giving you some breathing room when dealing with tougher enemies. It's a welcome change of pace, especially when the melee action can get a bit too punishing. Balancing these different playstyles keeps things interesting, and the freedom to switch up your approach at any time is one of Monomyth's strengths. Monomyth's world building is done in an understated way, through books, notes, and environmental storytelling. It doesn't hit you over the head with lore, but rather lets you uncover bits and pieces that help paint a picture of what happened before you arrived. It's the kind of storytelling that rewards players who take their time to explore every corner, providing a richer experience for those willing to invest the effort. Now, as with any early access title, there are some glaring issues. Bugs are present, from visual glitches to enemies behaving oddly, and some performance issues that can pull you out of the experience. Optimization isn't quite there yet, with frame drops occurring at times when the action gets too intense. But that's to be expected for a game still in development, and the developers have shown dedication to patching these problems with regular updates. Community feedback seems to be taken seriously, which is always a positive sign when it comes to early access projects. One thing that stands out about Monomyth is its dedication to staying true to the dungeon crawling experience. You're not given an easy way out. There's no objective marker holding your hand, no map to easily guide you. Instead, you have to rely on your sense of direction and memory, which adds to both the immersion and the frustration. But that's also what makes every discovery feel more rewarding. Finding a shortcut or finally unlocking a door you've been trying to access for the past hour feels genuinely satisfying. The visuals, while not groundbreaking, do the job well. The focus is clearly on atmosphere rather than flashy graphics, and it works in the game's favor. The low lighting, crumbling ruins, and narrow passageways all contribute to the sense of unease and danger. There's a tangible weight to the environment that makes it feel like a character in its own right. It wants you to get lost, and it wants you to be scared while you're at it. As far as replayability goes, Monomyth has a lot of potential. The multiple paths, secrets, and various approaches to combat or magic mean that you can easily come back to it and have a different experience each time. The non-linear level design encourages exploration, and you're likely to find areas or items that you missed on your first run. This kind of design helps keep the experience fresh and challenging, which is a big plus for fans of the genre. So, should you get Monomyth in its current state? Well, it depends on how much you love this style of game and how patient you are with early access titles. If you're a fan of dungeon crawlers that value atmosphere, challenge, and player-driven exploration, then Monomyth has a lot to offer even in its unfinished form. The bugs and rough edges are there, but underneath is a solid foundation that could grow into something truly memorable with time. For those who can handle a bit of jank and are excited by the idea of being part of the game's development journey, Monomyth is well worth a look. But if you're someone who prefers a polished, fully realized experience, it might be better to wait until the game is closer to a full release. The potential is undeniable, and with the right amount of love and polish, Monomyth could become a standout in the dungeon crawling genre. We give Monomyth an 8 out of 10. There's a lot of promise here, and while it's still rough around the edges, the core experience is engaging and rewarding for fans of classic RPGs. If you decide to jump in, just be prepared for some bumps along the way, but also for moments that remind you why you love these kinds of games in the first place. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this review and want to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.